Back to work for the Panthers today. Thought our guys practiced the right way. Got some things cleaned up, got an intro to what Troy does in all three phases. Guys had really good juice. Just really excited about the opportunity we have ahead of us going on the road, playing against a very good football team, and challenge our guys to accept the challenge.
You had mentioned yesterday on the Sunbelt call, Cam throws yesterday or progress today for him?
Yes. It's looking better, so I feel pretty good that he'll be able to play.
Off chance he isn't or something comes up, I guess, what is the plan? Because I know 18 points last Saturday, you weren't totally thrilled with the direction of the offense. What would the plan be if he was limited or if he wasn't able to go?
We had to just look at, Christian and kind of allow him to take down.
Okay. What is your initial thoughts when you look at Troy on film?
They want to run the football. They spread you out. They're multiple. They got really, really good skill guys. Their wide receivers and tight ends are very skilled. They're athletic. They have good speed. Then defensively, they have two interior D linemen that are stout in the middle. That's hard to move. And then they change up their fronts and go between 4 and 3 down with some of the 3 safety looks. I think they are secondary. It's very athletic as well. You just see a lot of good athletes on both sides of the ball.
And, you never go into a game telling the team, this team doesn't want to win, but they did just get shut out on the road. Do you feel like you have to prepare for them to be getting a response after a result like that last Thursday?
Yeah, you got to prepare every week. So, despite what happened the previous week, those moments don't carry over. What happened in the previous weeks leading up to this week doesn't matter. You have to go into the game with what you have, prepare the best way you can to win, and you can't look at what teams did the previous week, because when you do that, you're giving yourself a false sense of what reality is. And Troy has a good football team. They had a bad night, and ODU had something to do with that. But we expect to see Troy at their best. They're playing for. I think with Southern Miss losing, they may be back in a chance to represent the West, so they'll be fired up and ready to play.
Looking a little further down, you played a fair amount of freshman receivers, and with Ted Hurst being kind of the toner of the offense, the targets might not necessarily be there. But I guess as you're looking at them at this point in the season, there's a lot of them played basically every game. How do you evaluate their play?
It's them doing the little things, getting lined up correctly, not having any pre-snap penalties, just their attention to detail when they are playing. Are they running the right route depth? Did he read the correct coverage? Did we block the right person? Did we push crack on the safety? So just all the little things that you want to see them, the details of their assignment. Are they doing those little things? Because that's going to carry over into bigger things next year. And you got to earn catches. So if you can block on the perimeter and crack safeties, then you're earning the right to get some numbers called in the passing game.
And then how do you and Coach Craig keep them feeling like they're going in the right direction when, not even because of they want catches, because for whatever reason, just that's usually the way the receivers are feeling like they're getting impact on the field making catches. So
yeah.
You get them feeling like you're still doing their job even if they aren't getting those.
Yeah, you got to let them know that they're doing their job, and we emphasize those things. And receivers are probably the most selfish people on every team, so that's just part of their demeanors. But it is a team game. It's only one ball, and sometimes the quarterbacks don't distribute the ball correctly and misreads, and receivers have to understand that too. So I think Coach Craig does a good job of managing his room, and they understand that it's a team game, and then there's not any big egos in that room. I'm not saying they don't want the ball, which all players that play on offense want the ball, but there's also got to be some buy-in that things happen for a reason. You earn your reps, you earn your opportunities, you earn your role, and the roles are clearly defined during the week.
Defensive side of the ball, just thoughts on what you're going to need to do well on Saturday to have a chance to limit Troy offensively?
Yeah, got to eliminate big plays. I feel like Troy has big play capability. So we can't allow big plays. That's going to be the key to the drill. So we got to have really good eye discipline in the secondary and at the second level with our safeties and linebackers. Can't let them dictate, the pace of the game. And we got to put pressure on their quarterback when we get opportunity. I know they had a quarterback to go down in the last game, the one that filled in for their original starter. So now they got their starter back. And he's very good. He's athletic. He has a really good arm. He progresses through his reads very well. So just got to make sure we don't give up big plays. That'll be the key.
And you mentioned Cam. You talked about Christian maybe being a fill in. Is TJ out of the equation now, quarterback?
I'm not gonna say out of the equation. We just gonna make sure we coach the guys that want to help this team win and do things the right way.
Saturday at the moment, end of the half, 60-yarder. How did it feel off the foot?
Honestly, it was just went out there and had confidence, and I wasn't really thinking too much about my contact. I was just thinking if I played it straight, it was just going to go in. I kind of did a fist bump before it even went in. I kind of knew it was going in. Bo right by my side, man, he was going crazy just like I was.
Because it had a little bit of an angle to it. At what point down the field did you know that it was going to turn through the uprights?
I mean, I just kind of knew. Most of my kicks kind of draw back left. I knew if I played that right third, it was going to hook back in there.
And I guess the summation of the life of a kicker, some misses through the course of the season, but you hit school record 60-yarder. I guess, how do you manage that week to week, kick to kick, where you're going out there, maybe you've missed one, but you know the next one's got to go in?
Yeah, I mean, especially there, it was like an opportunity for the team to have some momentum going into half. We were down some points, and like regardless of what my stats are, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I have to put the team in the best position to win. And so, like, when I go out there, all that's just not even in my mind. It's just what I got to do on that play.
And specialists usually have a reputation for being the funny guys on the team.
Yeah.
Who's the funniest specialist of your group?
Man, Joe Laterza is, like, probably the most interesting spec I've ever been around. Kind of just brings a different vibe, but Bo Gaines is kind of that intense guy. So I'd just say the whole kind of group is a good mix.
And I guess you got the 60-yarder. What is the difference for people who are not kickers, not used to the kicking game, between what you have to have in your head when you're doing a shorter kick versus a longer one?
Yeah, I mean, I think every kick for me is the same. I would say, like, if I'm hitting a 30-yarder, I'm just trying to play the same ball every single time. In that case, there was no wind, and so I felt like I didn't need to drive it or anything like that. I just, played what I'm usually good at.
Just what you were seeing the play, it seemed like the whole side opened up. You had the whole sideline to yourself there on the 92-yarder.
I mean, when I initially got the ball, I went to my keys. They kind of crashed down. I seen the outside, and I took it. And then from there, I just kind of used my speed. I'm a pretty fast guy. And just took it 92 yards out. So started the game off right.
Do you know if that's the first school record you've held anywhere in college?
I didn't know it was a school record until after the game. They kind of told me so. But I mean, yeah, that would be my first school record. So it feels pretty great to hold a school record here.
Just thoughts on what the offense still can put together, although run game's starting to get a little bit of rhythm the last few games.
I feel like each week we getting better. We got to kind of eliminate the penalties. Once we put that all together, I feel like we have pretty good offense once we eliminate that factor. We're starting to get the run game, like you said, going a lot more. Pass game come to play as well. So once we put all the pieces together, I think we have a really good offense overall.
I don't know if the losses pile up in any kind of meaningful way when you're in the locker room trying to get past to the next game, but how do you face another week, coming off the senior day loss? Just how do you get everyone ready for this Saturday, another opportunity?
It's still another opportunity. We still got to finish it. We still got plenty of season. Still got 2 more games to finish. Season's not over. So each week is an opportunity for myself and this team to go out there and execute and get better and showcase what we can really do.